Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Unofficial Commentary. This week we're watching Berserk, the Golden Age arc 1, The Egg of the King.
Released in February of 2012 in Japan, and then later released in November of the same year in North America on Blu-ray and DVD. Dubbed by NYAV Post, the dubbing studio behind the first Berserk anime that came out in '97.
Yes, so you will notice that there are, shall we say, quite a few crossover voices between this and various 4Kids productions.
Including Yu-Gi-Oh, Sonic, and Pokemon. Oh, and this
Indeed.
also and since this is done at the LA post of NYAV, we're gonna see a bunch of LA voice actors as well.
Nice. So anyways, we will be watching the dub version. I'm watching off Netflix. Where are you watching it from?
I'm watching it off of Netflix as well, since I'm not sure or of the of if the mic will pick up any audio from the background, which I've already tested that
Yeah.
yes, it does.
Yeah, I always figure it's better to have closed headphones, as I speak to you while wearing two pairs of headphones, one
I
speaker on each
speak
ear.
I speak for the trees.
I
One bit.
really look kind of ridiculous, actually.
I can imagine. I look just as redonkulous.
I mean, you're only wearing like one pair of headphones. I have two on. And one of them is a Halo 4 Microsoft headset hooked up to a DualShock 4 that I'm using to control the PS4. So that's fun.
Right.
And Halo was originally going to be a Mac exclusive franchise. Imagine that.
That would have tanked.
Yeah, it would have been one game and nothing else. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1. Rated TVMA for nudity. Well, it's a good thing I'm not broadcasting this on anything regarding in YouTube.
Well, more than just nudity. This film trilogy is one of the most graphic in any Japanese animated production, at least in this modern era.
Hey, at least we're not streaming the video on YouTube.
No, we're not. Because we'd get demonetized and delisted.
If you get any ideas, YouTube, this video is a singular still image of a completely safe for work poster, and the
Yeah.
audio is exclusively our voices.
Yep.
And I'll remind you that you left the Evangelion AIDS PSA up on YouTube as well.
Of course they did. Because it's some double standards bullshit. Look at those models run.
Oi, mate, what is your army bad, CJ?
Gorn? Boosh.
Da 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 ba da 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 da. Far over the misty mountains rise.
Oh, and if
Leave us
anyone's
standing.
familiar with the composer Shiro Sagasu, oh, you might have seen Bleach or Magi. Because he and Hiromo Suzumiya, I can't even say his name.
Hiromo Suzumiya.
Suzumiya, did a joint composition on this and the 2016-2017 anime.
Did they reuse bits and pieces of the CGI from Attack on Titan for this, or vice versa? Because I can't remember which came out first.
This came out first. Attack on Titan was released in 2013.
Okay, so did Attack on Titan reuse bits of the CGI from this?
That is a likely possibility. At the very least, they have actual siege equipment.
Yeah, that was always kind of strange that Attack on Titan really only had cannons and nothing else.
And Attack on Titan is supposed to take place in a more post-apocalypse era.
You're gonna want to get off of that bridge before the thing burns up.
Boop. I still got to give props to this movie trilogy for at least designing the armors really good.
Yeah, the armor looks nice, even if the CGI is somewhat lacking.
It gets better by movies 2 and 3. Oof.
Good.
It's Mike the Murderer, brother of Barry the Butcher, son of Roger the Rapist, and husband of Penelope the Pulverizer. His name is Pazuzu.
He looks like the Guardian, but with a much better design. Get a fucking bomb and throw it at him.
You act as though they brought bombs. Ooh. Oh, and this tall and somewhat studly man, he's 14.
I am but an average 14-year-old boy living in Japan.
Well, more like medieval Europe.
I
Well,
know,
actually, he's
one of them is the meme.
15, but he's 15, but point still stands.
Omae wa mou shinderu.
But glory tastes delicious. You can see his eyes rolling. We never get to see Guts wearing a trench coat. Oh, with that armor. Or in any anime adaptation. He just wears like a scarf.
You know, one would think that you'd be able to predict the fact that he's going to keep striking in the same position. You could parry it, buddy. You could parry that.
Haven't you seen Fire Emblem?
The anime?
No, as in general. Guts has the inherent advantage. Ooh. Oh.
And you, somehow didn't think to armor your fucking stomach, did you?
Somehow.
There can be only one!
And Guts suddenly gains the power of an immortal.
How? I thought it was a standard part of the functionality of armor that it'd be able to stand up against swords.
Guts' sword is much thicker than other swords.
Well, that sword's dummy thick, yo. Oh. Nobody can match the strength of the albino pretty
That man,
by
I must
shoujo.
have him.
Oh right, by shonen.
Griffith's like, that man, I must have him. in my army. Yeah, that's totally what I meant.
Damn it, I must have you, even if it must be burglary.
There the fan base sees so much belligerent sexual tension between Guts and Griffith that it's not even funny. Like, even nowadays, I still love the English-ish version of this logo more than the Japanese.
Yeah. By the way, bonus points if you were able to figure out where that reference is from.
I am unfortunately not going to get those bonus points.
With Nal and I.
This intro is Aria by Hiromu Susumiya. This plays in all three movies.
Oh, well, that's good. They at least have a consistent theme.
There's Farnese, Serpico, and Isidro, as well as what's her face? By the way, those three characters that flash briefly with Casca, they 2 out of 3 of them aren't 2 out of 4 of them aren't going to appear in the movie. Well, movie trilogy.
Sir and or lady not appearing in this film.
Which is Isidro and Shirk. That's her name. The only two that do make an appearance in this movie trilogy are Farnese and Serpico. Which for some reason the 2016-2017 anime pronounces her name as Farnese.
Oh, don't give it to the priest. He'll only raise it to... You know.
Oh, God. One bit missing from the manga is a bit where this charming fellow continues to persist in trying to get Guts to join him and tries grasping his arm, but Guts recoils almost immediately.
They ain't even bothering with the lip sync. Watch
Japan
those
doesn't
lip sync.
This at least does the lip sync better than the Japanese version. And trust me, I have seen both versions. This is slightly better with that. There's always going to be an issue with lip syncing, no matter what version you're watching. I mean, some people have said, have you seen the Japanese version of Big Hero 6?
I have not.
From what I could tell, it does not handle lip syncing very well at all.
Yes, let's attack this professional soldier who his entire purpose is killing. Dun 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 dun.
What's also missing is what was missing is Corcus's whole motive for wanting to kill Guts, which is because he wanted to kill Bezuzo.
Maybe that'll be revealed later.
No, it's not. I have the manga and I have the information from the 97 anime.
Okay, so it's already off to a bad start.
Yeah. You could tell this was a blatant abridging of the Golden Age arc without a lot of bits. It does have its own neat bits with the action scenes. Because this looks much better than the 97 anime in terms of the action.
Maybe you could use, I don't know, a fucking sniper. He also appears to have things well in hand.
Hello. Uh-oh.
Do you guys...
Ooh!
Okay, so they finally remembered that arrows exist.
Yep, they have crossbow bolts.
And he just rips out the arrow like it's no big deal.
A man, a guy of his stature, er, arrows are not that. Arrows are just but a minor inconvenience. Oh, and in the anime and the manga, Casca doesn't attempt
I
to
guess that
continue with the.
horse's name is Wheelie now.
Oh, and in the anime and the manga, Casca does not attempt to continue with the crossbow. Oh, for some reason, and gets easily overpowered.
Well, naturally. Guts is like twice her size and has a much bigger sword.
Yep, and and he overpowers her on the ground as opposed to her slipping on a rock. Don't move. This is exactly where I want you, with you straddling my spear. That poor horse in the background.
Can't anybody please think of my legs? They're still over there. You could put them back on. At least get
Uh,
me some wheels or a gun to shoot myself with. How does a tiny ass rapier like that stand up against a fucking bastard sword?
it's a friggin' Zweihander. Oh, and also in the anime and manga, Guts gets up briefly to try and tackle Griffith once more, but falls unconscious due to blood loss.
Egad's beaten by another woman.
No, we find out by the second movie he is very much a man with Y chromosome, balls, and a fully functioning dick.
This
And here we
is
get
this is like Bishonen to the max.
yes.
To the point where he looks like Lady Oscar from
Oh, and in this dream sequence, we actually have a child actor playing Guts.
ah. But yeah, he
I feel
Griffith
sorry. What parent would approve of their child voicing a character in this scene who gets abused by his father figure and well that
uh well, at least it's a words on a page as opposed to cuties.
that's fair. And the child actor did get some funny outtakes.
But yeah, Griffith looks like Lady Oscar from Rose of Versailles with white hair.
Yep. And Guts ended up killing Gambino by slicing at his throat, or rather slicing at his neck.
With the big ass fucking sword. Yes, this baby, well, preteen, took
Yeah,
up
he
a
was around.
sword. That
Well,
was
to be
as
fair,
big as he was.
he was used to. To be fair, he's used to due to the mercenary group that Gambino was a part of. Guts never really, got a smaller sized weapon. He was just used to swinging around big swords to the point where it just became second nature.
That sounds like Ganondorf's theme from Ocarina of Time.
Though we also don't get to see Gambino oh during training and cut into Guts's nose, giving him that nice looking scar.
Sorry about that. For some reason, I'm having hiccups.
Hello, Casca. She was not next to him when he woke up. He just had during his dream sequence, he felt her on him and whatnot. She arrives later to punch him. And here's where we get it instantly taken down.
Full frontal nudity.
Yep. Boobs and pubic hair.
And lots of ass.
Yes, she has a very, very nice ass.
Yes.
Oof.
Why were you sleeping naked next to me?
You'll see. Griffith actually told her to do it to make sure he stayed warm, due to him shivering from the blood lost. They actually do explain that bit in this moment. They don't just, gloss over it like a bunch of other stuff in this film. Aw, kitty.
A cat that is completely motionless and looks like a painting.
To be fair, it is that kind of age.
All right there, Captain Noodle Arms. How are you able to lift that fucking sword?
He's actually a little more buff than you give him credit for.
Oh no, I understand that.
It's just the way he looks right
Yeah,
now.
size matters not, obviously, but you know.
He's not able to wield it. He's just able to carry it.
Yeah.
Sure, you could handle it with one arm, but it's not like you could like swing it around like it's a butter knife. Sure, let me go put on my shirt first. Stormtrooper. Stormtrooper. Mm.
How did you manage to get that fish on there without a singular sharp nice?
I'm kind of a big deal. You know what Man at Arms had to do just to make Guts's first sword in the Golden Age arc?
What'd
They
you
had to
say?
make this. You know what? You know what a Man at Arms had to do to make Guts's sword from on the first bit of the Golden Age arc?
Kill a dragon and then baste a brick of
No,
adamantium in
no,
its blood?
no. They had to make the literal blade out of part of a train track.
Huh.
Because the sword he gets later, not his the sword that he's wielding right now. Oh my.
Yeah, sorry, bro, I don't swing that way.
Guts like, great, you want me in that way? Does that mean you want me in that way? Griffith neither confirms nor denies this. He just keeps prattling on and on. Oh, and Griffith is voiced by Broadway actor and singer Kevin T. Collins. Who is what I always picture whenever I read Griffith's bits in the manga.
You don't even have to change the dialogue to make a funny version of this scene. That's why I want you. What? To join us!
I think that was how Berserk Abridged did that. Griffith's like,
Oh god, that makes me
okay.
so hot.
Oh my. Stay back, bitch. I got this.
That sword destroyed a battle axe earlier and is currently struggling against a thin rapier.
Well, to be fair, it's more like he's letting the sword slide off of the rapier. Kill Bill no jutsu. Oh my. Poosh.
Oh yes, mount me guts.
I can imagine.
I wanted to destroy something beautiful.
Ooh.
Oh! You fell for literally the oldest trick in the book, and now your arm's about to be broken.
Well, shoulders can be dislocated.
Come on, twist your arm. It
Oh
does.
yeah.
I should know.
And it probably hurts even worse forcing to relocate the shoulder.
Yes, it does.
Hey everyone, I own a human life.
I thought the 13th Amendment made it so that you could. Oh, wait, this is before that. I'll shut up now.
Meanwhile, Guts is recovering. What, you marrying the country and fisting the princess? They did abridge Griffith's speech here, because he talks about the value of a human life as in comparison to how much money he compares a human life to the value of a single silver coin, based on how the nobles look at it. Well, we don't get most of that. 3 years later, we skip a few battles and Guts is promoted.
Oh, so they pulled a solo on us where they just skipped over a bunch of things that would have been incredibly helpful to a full. And there's a TIE fighter wing coming out of that guy's neck. You guys do realize, okay, thankfully they're putting their shields up now. Because I was gonna say, because you do realize the Spartans figured out how to get around that literally centuries ago, right?
Our arrows will blot out the sun, and we will fight in the shade. Jeez, cavalry's slaughtering them. That guy right there, that's that guy we saw with the light brunette hair. That was Jesse Cordy's character. The King of Midland is voiced by Christopher Corey Smith. That is a mouthful.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you guys need to pick a shorter name.
They're not one for acronyms in this age. Now Guts is even bigger and buffer. Whoosh.
Omae wa mou shinderu.
Nani?
Nani?
Yep.
And he's about to kill you with just one swing, too. There can be only one, there can be only one, there can be only one! Not that any of you are immortal, just that when everything ends, the only one left will be me.
Yep.
Oi, mate, why is your horse bad, CJ?
Apparently, people said that Griffith's horse looks like a llama.
It does. Why did Guts change from having a sword to a mace to a sword?
I have no idea. Yeah, that guy on the right. And now he's the first guy on the left. Mm-hmm. The man that looks like a woman.
Dude looks like a lady.
That. Funny thing, Casey Mangello said that they wanted to audition for Narancia in JoJo. Oh, but I didn't get the part because they apparently didn't sound. Didn't they apparently it couldn't sound. They apparently couldn't manage it to sound not LGBT.
Somehow I don't believe that.
Yeah, I don't believe that either. Goku, what are you doing here?
Put on a few pounds there, Brock.
That's Pippin, who is voiced by Patrick Seitz. Hi, Casca. Her hair got
you want me
slightly
alone
longer.
for a moment, huh? Well.
Not what you're thinking.
Oh, so his mouth is writing checks his body can't cash.
Yep. Though to be fair, the manga is a bit is a bit short on
Of
some
those
of these
me
scenes.
you lead, excuse me, Netflix, what the fuck is up with the subtitles?
Why are you watching this with subtitles? They don't match up to the Jesus is here.
I just like to turn the subtitles on in case there's something I miss in the dialogue.
Well, the captions don't bother to do most of that since they're captioning off the Japanese version.
Well, this is word for
So,
word the English version.
how is that possible when Golden Age Arc 3 doesn't do that?
I say word for word, I do mean word for word, not letter for letter.
Okay, good.
Because, literally, they misspelled men as me, of those me you lead.
Oh, jeez. Oh, and this scene where Guts is getting lectured by Casca and then later talks with Griffith was in a completely different location in the manga. You literally don't need to change a single bit of dialogue with Griffith talking to Guts because just cause.
Is Griffith gay? I can't tell.
The weird thing is that the 97 anime added a few battles in the series, but those were skimmed over in both the movie and the manga. So, in terms of some of this film's pacing, it does match up to the manga. As weird as that sounds, if that makes any sense to you.
You know, you could, I don't know, employ them correctly.
Yep. He seems disgruntled. Later, in some castle.
Meanwhile, at the Hall of Death,
Indeed.
oh, so we've walked in on the last few missions of an Uncharted game.
Basically, enough of his guys died, and he doesn't want anyone else to follow him to their deaths. There's a lot of shooter deaths, and there are a lot of raider deaths.
Oi, mate, why is your helmet bad, CG?
At least Guts' model looks better than most of the other extra models.
Or the ones from Berserk 2016.
Ew. How does this movie end up having better CG than and the
Did
2016-2017 anime?
did Wolverine come through here?
No, something that would probably be on par with that would probably try to mash up Wolverine's adamantium skeleton did.
Oh, so those guys from Resident Evil 4 then.
No, this butt naked naked demon.
Oh, hi, Dr. Banner. I think you might need to call in the Goblin Slayer.
No,
Oh no,
Goblin
General
Slayer.
Zod.
Yep, that is. Yep, Nosferatu Zod. Also, Goblin Slayer would get wrecked by Zod. Even longer.
Uh,
Oh, and his actor is J. David Brimmer, aka Odeon in Yu-Gi-Oh!
and he's not anatomically correct either.
It's same case in the manga. Because yes, Zod was buck naked there too. Ooh. For some reason in the anime, Guts tries stabbing him after cutting off the sword.
Well, yes, that's kind of a very valid tactic.
Stabbing him with a Zweihander.
Breaking the opponent's sword is a great way to end the fight.
Against this guy?
Uh,
That guy?
I mean, assuming that he can't just Dragon Ball Z into something else.
Yeah.
Now he's Ganon.
Yep.
He's gone from the Incredible Hulk to Ganon from Ocarina of Time.
Well, more like Ganon from Twilight Princess, but
Oh, yes. I mean, that's the same version of the character, so.
true.
Damn it, I was about to make a squeak joke, and it was like, those are my ribs.
In the anime, in the original '97 anime, Zod tried pulling in Guts' arms off. Wow! 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 Ooh! Ooh!
Cut off his tail, he'll turn back to normal.
He's not an Ozaru.
Guts, I came. What? To this city!
But I also had an orgasm. Oof.
You know, this fight is really well animated, except for the fact that the hair is shaded so weirdly.
Yeah. In the manga, one of Guts ended up chopping off one of Zod's arms, and Zod beats them both with his severed arm.
Haha.
I'll admit that was pretty cool too, but still nothing beats that.
You could get the guy who's actually a threat first.
Well, he's clearly demonstrated that he could beat them both easily. So neither of them are really that big a threat.
Okay, he has his back turned. Kill him. Kill him. He has his back turned. Stick your sword through his spine.
You do realize his name is Nosferatu Zod, as in Zod the Immortal, right? That would have
Where
done
did you get
nothing.
those wings from?
He could just sprout them whenever.
Okay.
It's not explained in the manga or the anime. They just spawn from him when he does this. I must imagine voicing Zod would be a dream come true, since there's not really much mouth movements to match.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, Corcus was also in that bit where they witness Zod.
What'd you say?
He basically Corcus was there, and Rickard's like, "Oh, so now do you believe he's real?" Or he's like,
No, technically it's because of the guy who was inside the castle killing all of us.
But mostly it was because Guts was being reckless again, and Griffith chose to endanger himself for him. So to be fair, she's not wrong, but
Yeah.
she's not correct either. That is dangerously precise. You know, the recent bit in the manga has Guts thinking about Casca, but in a much more in a tone that makes him feel a little more,
Uh,
or
no,
like
Guts
he
was still
lost
standing at
something.
the end of that fight. You were not.
Yeah, well, that's the first hint of supernatural in this series.
Die, monster. You don't belong in this world.
It was not by my hand that I am once again given flesh. I was called here by humans who wish to pay me tribute.
Your words are as empty as your soul. Mankind ill needs a savior such as you.
I think you skipped over a line.
All right. It's
You're
been a
supposed to
while
say
since I played
tribute.
that part of Soten.
It's supposed to be tribute. You steal
Tribute.
men's
You
souls.
steal men's souls and make them your slaves.
Perhaps the same could be said of all religions.
Your words are as empty as your soul. Mankind ill needs a savior such as you.
What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets. But enough talk. Have at you. Oh, hi, creepy eyes.
Who wants to live forever? Imagine if he'd actually fallen off of the edge.
He'd be dead. Funnily enough, Guts
I've taken
seeing
a dose of
Griffith's
the Joker gas.
funnily enough, Guts seeing Griffith's Bailet for the first time was in a scene from the manga and anime where he and Griffith get into a totally not homoerotic water fight
Ah,
before the time skip. They moved it to this conversation here.
I mean, I'd like to know why. Just because, it's getting kind of weird, bro.
Kneel before Zod. Think, all right.
What the fuck did you make us do that for then?
Griffith just did it on instinct, and Count Julius was chastising Guts for not kneeling. And so
Yeah.
Guts just did it
Yeah.
because Griffith was doing it. The king has some very thick eyebrows, as well as a thick mustache and a thick chin stroking beard.
Oh, she's going to meet a terrible fate.
Princess Charlotte.
Why,
How do
hello,
you
Princess
figure?
Leia.
To be fair, that is common in fashion for a princess of her of her lineage.
Why, you're just as beautiful as I.
Oh, and in the outtakes of the original anime, Griffith was singing a song.
The
That is the
fuck is wrong with you? Didn't she she almost fell down the fucking stairs, dickhead.
He wants the throne. He wants that princess booty. Oh, and that smile Griffith gave him, that's the smile that's plotting his death.
Why, mate, why is your princess bud, CJ?
Where is that from?
I think it's from a Giguk video. I can't remember.
I'll probably have to look it up at some point.
The guy who looks like D'Artagnan just started talking before his mouth started moving before he started talking. It was like this dog that occasionally drives down the road.
Interesting.
Yeah, that dog goes like, if you can imagine, have you ever seen Kung Pao Enter the Fist?
No.
Oh, god damn it. Okay, fuck Highlander 3, we're doing Kung Pao next week.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Gorkus
Yeah.
has an immense hate boner for Guts.
Hello, milady.
Oh, and Charlotte in this movie is voiced by Rachel Lillis, but will not be voiced by her in the second or third movie. You might know her as Jessie or Misty.
Yes, that is my attempts to do something like that. That is so quite obviously the same recording.
I wouldn't doubt that. In
It does tell you how versatile certain actors can be when they voice characters who are so completely different. Oh, nice boar. I think Griffith might be acquiring himself something of a harem.
he is a manipulative sociopath.
I don't even think he's doing this on purpose. This is just kind of happening.
It is.
Oh, fortuitous. I keep expecting this to go into the Flintstones theme when it goes like that. It's like doo 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 doo, and then I expect it to be the Flintstones. The hell? For
That is some very nice looking water. And some nice looking trees.
ow!
He used to be a leader of a mercenary band, but then he took an arrow to the knee.
Bishonans have their knees in very strange places.
This is a seinen. Iocane powder. I bet my life on it. Yep. Balet just protected him. Someone's thirsty. And now Griffith has a clear excuse.
I'm just thinking. I've got Sexy Back playing in my head right now. A small price to pay for salvation. That's a good question. But I'm 12!
Then why did you get kidnapped, you bozo? Oh, and the same child actor voices Guts is also this kid. And I do mean the child actor played the young version of the character.
But I'm 12, I can't lead an army yet!
Yeah. One thing I think was cut from both the anime and this movie was Griffith basically getting Guts into reading some books. How? By saying that there's some very lewd imagery in some of them. Oh, and in the
maybe
manga,
you could.
oh, and in the manga and anime, for some reason, Guts takes his massive broadsword for an assassination.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why exactly would you send somebody as big as Guts on an assassin mission?
Who's enough of a main character to actually he be of that level of importance. Judo would have been a tad bit more practical of a choice, but Griffith chose guts. I think that wine would have made the fire worse.
Wine doesn't actually have enough alcohol in it to light, so it would probably make it just kind of steam a bit.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Because I was wondering.
Yeah, or if we're talking like whiskey or vodka, that'll actually make the fire more intense.
Oh, look, it's an Assassin's Creed cosplayer.
Hi, I'm Stupid McComplicated Name from the Assassin's Guild. I've heard that you're a Templar. Time to die.
Requiescat in pace. I'm sorry if I butchered the Italian there.
It's on me, Mario. Have they actually said Guts' name? I can't remember.
No. At this point in time, nobody really knows of Guts. They just know him. They would just say, like, oh, he's one of Griffith's guys.
I know, but like, haven't. It seems strange that the people he works with wouldn't necessarily know his name.
Would you know the name of every soldier under your command?
Dude, you are going to cut your fucking hand if you keep wiping your sword like that.
Perhaps the thing is very thick. Oh, and this had a bit more of a shock in the movie than it did in the anime and manga. This bit. As in the manga and the anime, a Guts did see the child enter the room. Where the movie, he doesn't see him until after he pretty much just killed him.
I think this version makes a bit more sense.
Yes, it does. And Guts just felt the last of his humanity just kind of leave him. That's depressing. Can Batman escape? The worst is yet to come.
Find out next time, same bat time, same bat channel.
Oh, and this song is Blood and Guts. It's literally, that's the title.
That's a great title for that song.
Ooh. Ouch. Ooh. Oof.
Oh, right in the balls.
Yep. One thing that's missing in this bit with in the anime and that was in the anime and manga, Guts was climbing through the sewers and had a brief nightmare about Zod. I agree with judo there. I agree with judo. Which one? Ooh, she's pissed.
Watashi wa shinderu.
And she sees the arrow wound on him. People will be like, you would think Guts would dress that wound. And I'm like, with how mentally broken he was at that point, do you think he would be in the mood for thinking right now? He's not. Yep. He's being awfully courteous. He'll probably be soaked after it's done, but still. Lou? Evidently.
Do you really think that he cares?
No, he doesn't.
Okay, now all he needs is ultra spiky hair and another one of those wrapped around his leg, and he'll look like Raditz.
Oh, jeez.
Well, longer spiky hair.
I was gonna say. His hair is more like Ike in Smash Brothers, which is funny considering they based Fire Emblem based Ike off of Guts.
Yeah.
Probably one of the best speeches in all of Berserk.
I'm looking for the nun piece.
We're looking for the One Piece. How hard can that be? You know, Pokemon, yeah, worse. Fuck. Interesting way of looking at it. Oh. Words that will damn him later. Someone's clearly shaken up. Uh-oh. All according to Keikaku. He's been given a lot to think about. Let's just say.
I find it very convenient that the arrowheads in this movie are not barbed.
Were barbed arrowheads a thing in this era?
What era is this?
Supposed to be medieval Europe.
I mean, considering barbed arrowheads are kind of the easiest to make,
Next time. Hello. So this is essentially a preview of the next Berserk movie.
Oh, hi, it's the Rhino from Spider-Man.
Except not played by Paul Giamatti and appearing only for 2 scenes. And that character, or that we'll be seeing fight Guts, is and the guy in the Rhino armor is voiced by Ruben Langdon's fellow mocap actor TJ Storm.
Okay, so
Who was also the current mocap actor for hold on a sec. Who is the current mocap actor for Godzilla?
Huh. Okay, so we have late Neolithic arrowheads that are barbed. We have the bronze ancient Greek leaf arrowheads, which are not the greatest.
That's Susumu Hirasawa. That's who I
then
was
you have
thinking
the
of.
triangular, but you have like the triangular and trefoil ones, which are better. And then you have various barbed arrowheads for different things, you know.
And here's the Japanese voice cast. Some names you might recognize if you're familiar with a lot of subbed anime. Others you probably won't, like Guts and Casca's seiyus.
I unfortunately am not able to watch the credits because Netflix put up a big.
You could just click away from that.
Yeah, well, I tried and it apparently sent me back to the main
What?
screen. So,
So I'm just gonna probably be like riffing on the credits. So, how would you rate this movie?
well, I don't really know how it's supposed to be, so I'm gonna probably say like an 8 or so because it's kind of I like it, but it feels incomplete, and I do kind of know it's incomplete.
Well, of course, because they had to cut a few corners because this is an abridgment of the Golden Age arc. The next two movies will be a little more complete, but Golden Age Arc 2 is missing a scene that I am still salty over. We'll see when we get to that movie the week after.
Okay. Well,
Me being someone who knows a lot about the inner workings things of the other Berserk's manga and the anime in terms of like knowing what was missing from this film, I would give this like a 7.5 out of 10 because I still really
makes
enjoy
sense.
a lot of bits of this.
It does kind of feel like it's mostly complete. It does feel like there are bits missing.
Right. Oh, and yes, Warner Brothers did own the distribution rights to the Berserk film trilogy.
Oh, that explains why it got cut to shreds, didn't it?
That seems par for the course. Even in Japan, Warner Brothers is still all run by douchebags. Oh, and fun fact, Studio 4 Degrees C did animate a couple bits of the Flashpoint movie.
Okay.
So, week after next week, we'll be doing Berserk the Golden Age Arc 2, Battle for Doldry, which weirdly enough is one of two Berserk films on Funimation now, and they somehow have that in the third film, but they don't have the first
I'm
one.
on my way. You guys are in a
Oh,
crisis.
and they also have like
I'm on my way.
aliases is for some the actor names. Chris Neosi was one of the extra voices in here.
Huh, interesting.
Interesting. Oh, and Stephanie Shea also was one of the script adapters. So we'll be seeing y'all all next time for Kung Pao, was it?
Yes, Kung Pao, Enter the Fist.